Welcome back, viewers, to another news hour on Jamono Media and Products. We first begin with our headlines. State claims the defense refused a DNA request since April last year. Woman pleads guilty to assaulting 2-year-old niece. Alleged murderer accused police and anti-crime of torturing him. Those were the headlines. We now have the news in detail. The counsel, Patrick Gomez, has told a High Court judge that Bob Keita's lawyer had refused their request to conduct a DNA examination on his client following a request, addressing the court on why it should not set aside the order for Bob Keita's blood to be extracted from DNA examination to determine the paternity of the baby of the victim he is alleged to have raped. Counsel Gomez said his office sent 2 letters in April and June last year for his lawyer to accept the request for a DNA, but none of the letters were ever responded to. Going by the argument of the defense, they are wasting the court's time rather, but they did not tell the court is how they refused to accept a request from the state. Had the defense accepted their request to conduct DNA at that earlier opportunity, the case would not have over now, he said, urging that his application in court for DNA in December last year was also opposed by Bob Keita's lawyer on the grounds that it would violate the privacy of the accused person. Counsel Gomez said the order made by the court was done without error or fraud, and the court has all the jurisdiction to issue such orders. When Gomez urged that nothing stops the defense from conducting their own DNA, Mr. Keita's lawyer objected but was overruled by the judge, Justice Momodi Jallo. The application before this court is abuse of process, clearly calculated not to allow this proceeding to continue, therefore wasting the court's time, Mr. Gomez said. Addressing the court earlier, Mr. Keita's lawyer, L.S. Camara, told the court that it will be in the interest of justice to set aside the court order for the client to submit to blood samples. They don't seek court order and go to sleep while the accused person languish in prison. Their application has merits and is not in any way wasting the court's time, but on the contrary is meant to expedite this matter, lawyer Camara argued, saying what is meant to delay the court's time is the state's affidavit in opposition. Meanwhile, the judge will deliver a ruling on whether to set aside its order for DNA on Wednesday. One Amembai was yesterday arraigned before Principal Magistrate Omar Jabang in Kanifing for beating her 2-year-old niece, which caused her injury. Charged with assault causing grievous bodily harm, Ms. Mbai pleaded guilty and awaits sentencing today. Giving facts to the court, police prosecutor Sub-Inspector Jame also said after the parents weaned the child, she was sent to army for upbringing. While staying with her, the policeman added, she beat the child with a cable charger, causing her injury all over her body. Sub-Inspector Jame tendered pictures of the injury on the child and the charger cable as evidence. He further informed that while they were going to court, the parents took the child to the Edward Francis Motichin Hospital, but the doctor who was supposed to prepare the medical report was in the operation theater. He applied for an adjournment for the medical report to be also tendered as an exhibit. The incident happened on the 18th of July 2022 at Siju. Fode Jata, an alleged murderer who is standing trial in the killing of Yusufa Tabali at Dipakunda in July 2021, has accused the officer of the Gambia Police Force and the anti-crime unit of torturing him while he was under their custody. Jata is facing trial on a single count of murder before Justice Ibrahima Jete of Banjul High Court. Lawyers Omar Suso, MCC, and Tamsir M. Jallo of the National Agency for Legal Aid representative, the accused, and the lawyers Patrick Gomez and S. Camara represented the state. Mr. Jatta, during cross-examination in his defense trial, told the High Court on Tuesday, 19th July 2022, that after the incident at the Pakunda in the Kanifing Municipal Council in July 2021, he was called by the police through telephone to report to the Bakote police station, where he later reported himself. He said upon his arrival at the Bakote police station, when he identified himself to the police officers, they started beating him and taking him to the anti-crime unit, and later proceeded to the Kotu police station for his statements to be taken. He continued that after his statement was taken, they returned him to the anti-crime unit. He found someone there who was insulting everyone, and there were other detainees too, but he was the only one they handcuffed, he said. Mr. Jatta added that while he was handcuffed, he fell on a man who was insulting everyone at the anti-crime unit, who he had started fighting and punching him while he was unhandcuffed. He said he sought help from the anti-crime officers, but none of them rescued him. One of the police also started beating him again, saying he is the one who threw the guy. He was the one who troubled the guy, rather. And it was around 11 a.m. that time from there on, they hung him the following day, and they told him that he will be killed like Jesus Christ. The following day, one old man found the hang up, and he asked them to let him go down. Mr. Jatta told the court. The accused added that the police told him that he is a criminal and they already know that the offense of his committed. Those were the stories for our today's news bulletin. But before we take a leave of you, let's take a recap on our top stories. State claims defense refused the DNA request since April last year. Woman pleads guilty to assaulting 2-year-old niece. Alleged murder accused police and anti-crime of torturing him. Those were the stories. Thank you for joining us with your presenter, Maria McGillen. Do have a nice day.